What's up, guys? It's Nassim, aka DVD Collector. Today we will be doing my horror DVD collection. So we have a lot of stacks. We have 4 stacks to get through today. So buckle up. It's gonna be probably a long one. First up, we have You're Next. This is Adam Wingard and Adam Wingard. He had done this movie after he wrote segments for VHS. He and his friends wrote segments for the first VHS. He's a terrific horror writer. He's very creative and very skilled and very funny comedian when it comes to horror writing. Your Next is a nice little home invasion, but it's a trick on the whole home invasion trope. So it's one of my favorite home invasion films. It doesn't scare me like another one we will get to. So if you haven't checked out You're Next, I highly recommend it. We have Wrong Turn 1 through 5. These are bad. The first one I consider the only good one. And the only reason I consider that one is Eliza Dushku is in that one, and she was pretty for the early 2000s. But the rest of them are just your run of the mill drugs, alcohol, dumb young adults and teenagers go out to the woods. They do a bunch of stuff and they die. Like it's a cash grab. Even Kane Hodder, who had done that in the 80s, signed up to do a cannibal in the film. The basic premise is like Texas Chainsaw, especially when you get to later films down the line and they explain the incest. It's just like Texas Chainsaw, but the first one I've seen, second one I've seen, it's not that bad. The third one sucks, and everything else, besides the third one. So 1 and 2 are the only quote unquote decent. By the time you get to the third one, it's just even the third one diminishes quality. So the first two are the only decent one, and then you have the remake or reboot or prequel or whatever it wants to be called. I call it trash. It is one of the most idiotic use of a property that doesn't need to be, like, for me it upsets me because I think the first Wrong Turn didn't need to be made, but I see why there was potential there. This one, it takes away the cannibal aspect and it puts in a more native kind of people instead of just being like country folks. It's like native. It doesn't make sense. And then the cult leader or the tribe leader, whatever. Yeah, they call it a tribe leader in this one. It's stupid. The ending is stupid as well. So don't watch this one. If you're gonna watch any of them, watch the original from 2003. And they're bloody too. All of them are graphic. Who Killed Doc Robin? I have not seen it at all. It's an old 1930s, 1940s. White Noise. I haven't seen it at all. The Veil, which I saw this one. It's interesting. It's interesting because it kind of reminisces on Jim Jones. I know it's about a cult leader, and that could be a multitude, but it focuses. It to me, it reminds me of Jim Jones. A lot of his practices, especially the fact that they use a drink and he used Kool-Aid. But this film is basically, these people that bring this girl down, and it it's a really dumb premise. It's when Blumhouse was kind of doing DVD films, which is really weird because this is what 2016. The Purge election year had came out that same year, so I don't know why this didn't release in theaters. Maybe it did, and it just came out like to a couple, but I don't remember ever being advertised. The movie's not that bad. I mean, the ending's a little weird, but if you get past that, it's an alright horror film. VFW I have not seen yet. It looks interesting. It has the guy from Cobra Kai and I don't know who else. that I would recognize, but it looks interesting. It's from Shudder, so it should be alright. Next up, we have two great little anthologies. They have VHS 1, great film. My favorite segment from it is probably the alien. I forgot which, but the Emily, I think that's her name. Was she like her boyfriend is a doctor supposedly, and she keeps picking at a scab and it turns out to be like an alien. That one scared me. And I've seen horror movies my whole life. And there's a scene where something rushes by and it does it so quickly, and that really scared me. So for the intensity factor, this one gets me. Like this one scares me. VHS 2 put me to sleep, and I've seen it 3 different times. I think it's the alien. Like I woke up one day, I put it on and I watched up until the Japanese one, and it's like a mass suicide. And I fell asleep and I woke up and it's dudes in rubber alien suits, like kidnapping kids, and I wondered what did I miss. So I had to go back and like be laser focused just to watch it. These are a whole bunch of vampire films. I haven't seen them, but they're like old school ones. So like Nosferatu, White Zombie, The Devil Bat, Vampire Bat, and Mama Dracula, and much more. I'm interested to see these because these are the oldest one I can find is from 1981, and the oldest one seems to be from the 20s, from 1922. So that should be fun. Us. I'm gonna be super honest. It's not as good as Get Out. I love Get Out. I appreciate it. I watch it at least 2 to 3 times a year. I think it's very great commentary. Us, I never understood. I get it. It's about doppelgangers, but to me, I never saw the interest for it. And I've seen it like twice. I think it's creative. Don't get me wrong. I think all his films are creative, but this one doesn't gravitate towards me as much as Get Out does. Nothing against Jordan Peele. I think he's fantastic. Just that's not one of my favorites. Unsane is one I have not seen, but it looks decent. Under the Bed, it's a very stupid movie. It's not stupid. It's this kid's afraid of monsters under the bed, and it turned out to be a monster. It's very generic. It's like a Goosebumps episode, but with blood. So, yeah. The Tall Man, a stupid movie that was marketed solely, because I remember this too. People thought this was a Slender Man movie. Then they watched the film. It's not a Slender Man movie, and it's all because of the cover. The cover, they had thought that it was supposed to be Slender Man, because this came out right around the Slender Man stabbings. Yeah, 2012. The stabbing happened like, I think 2011, 2012, 2013. So around that time period. So, and he was really big. So, but Jessica Biel, my bad, could have picked a better role, in my opinion. 31, one of Rob Zombie's less provocative films. It's still provocative. It's still profane, but it's one of his least dirtiest. I'm not counting the monsters. I'm not. It's less provocative, even though it's very violent, very over sexualized. But it's one of his at least as terms of a movie. I think it's fun. I think Meg Foster, his usual cast of people, Malcolm McDowell, Jeff Daniel Phillips, his wife. I think they all do good, especially the little Hispanic neo-Nazi. He's fun in the film. He's also fun in another one of his films, The Return, starring Sarah Michelle Gellar. This one's terrible. This one, it just sucks. It sucks because I never liked her particularly, so I just don't like it. The Texas Chainsaw 2013 remake. This is bad. This is terrible. This okay. The issue with this one is a couple. Number one, they remade Texas Chainsaw. They had done that in 2003. Secondly, they decided to make it to where none of the other sequels mattered, not even the original, if you think about it. And then, third of all, it came out right around the big remake phase. So every franchise, Halloween, Friday 13th, uh, Nightmare on Elm Street, my bad, but like every single franchise is getting remade. This one did not need to because it already was remade at the start of the remake craze. I believe this one was remade by Lionsgate. The original remake was made by Michael Bay, who started the craze. So this one felt cheap. Honestly, it felt really stupid. It is dumb. There's a line that Alexander Daddario says where she goes, "You got it, cuz," and she throws a chainsaw. And I stood there watching the film, and I'm like, please end. And it still had like 10 minutes left. I wanted to. No. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning. This is an interesting prequel to the remake. Yeah, it's boring in some parts. Yes, it's stupid. Yes, there's a lot of blood. Is it necessary? No, it's not. It doesn't need to be a lot of blood. No, it doesn't. But I get why there is. I get why people like it. I get why people choose to keep on coming back to the Texas Chainsaw franchise. I get why. But there's certain things about the prequel that I don't like. I mean, I like it. I just don't agree with some of the directions. This one sucks. Uh, Chainsaw Massacre Part 3. It's forgettable. It truly is. I don't even remember. I saw it once, and I was on a road trip, and I saw it once, and it wasn't because I was on a road trip. Because I saw The Veil on the same road trip, and I remember The Veil much more fondly than I remember this. Val Kilmer, that's who's in this. He sucks. The only one I can remember being in the film is Ken Foy, and that's why I fell in love with that man as an actor. He's fun. This movie just sucks. And there's no blood. There's no nothing. No, not Val Kilmer. Viggo Mortensen is in it. My bad. But no blood. The MPA completely butchered it. It was terrible. It was a terrible film. I do not like Massacre Part 3. However, one I do like and I do think is very funny, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. Bill Moseley steals this show as Chop Top. This one is truly hilarious. I consider it more of a comedy, even though it is technically horror, but just some of the blood is so comical. And you have, who is it? Toby Hooper, Dennis Hopper, um, who's the woman? The girl, I don't know who the main actress is, but she was great in it. No, wait, Carol, who is it? I don't know, but she would go on to be in other horror films. Uh, Truth or Dare, this is a bad movie. It's bad, but it's very funny. Truth or Dare, it does not make sense in a lot of film, like in a lot of ways. I think Blumhouse, in a lot of aspects, has mastered the art of PG-13 horror films that are effective. Yeah, they needed to go back to the drawing board for this one. It's not scary. It's funny, especially the faces that they make. It's funny. Um, I don't care about none of the characters. I don't know any of the names. I don't remember the names. So to me, it's just, oh look, some dude's dying. You know, nah. Trick or Treat. This is a great anthology. A lot of great acting in this one. Um, let's see who's in this. Dylan Baker, Brian Cox. Yeah, that's all I can find. But yeah, the film is very funny. Sam is great. As a little boy that kills. Um, I enjoy it. I think it's fun. Trick Trick or Treat, which is a British uh horror film. I haven't seen it. I have not. Rob Zombie's um Firefly trilogy. Okay, House of a Thousand Corpses, I think is alright. Devil's Rejects is my favorite out of the three. Yeah, Devil's Rejects is a great film. Three from Hell is stupid. It's stupid because they waited too long. And I like Captain Spaulding. And I honestly, I truly believe that if they had waited 10 years even, Captain Spaulding could have been in the film. I had wanted Captain Spaulding to be in the film because he would have been great. Also, Three from Hell waits too long to do what they want to do. Like, you have the whole, you get 30 minutes and then they go to this house and they tie a couple, it's just too long. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. This is rednecks in the woods and they are trying not to be serial killers. Like, they are trying for college kids not to think that they're serial killers. It's a fun film. I like it. It's very stupid. Um, it it is cheesy. It's not for everybody, but if you like dumb redneck cheesy fun, then this is right up your alley. Next up, we have everybody's favorite killer clown now, Art the Clown. The first movie, it's not a horror film in my opinion. It's a exploitation of blood and guts. Now, the whole franchise is, in my opinion. But the first one especially, there's no plot, there's no narrative. It's just he meets these two girls, he kills them, and that's it. Like there's no plot, there's no narrative, there's no nothing to it. And I like Art the Clown. I think he's creative, but he's just vindictive in the first one. The second movie is a little like it's funner, in my opinion. I mean, it's a little longer, which I think the film needed to express some character. I think Sienna, if they keep going with the franchise the way they're going, she could be up there with Jamie Lee Curtis, Nancy Thompson, and Sidney Prescott. She could be up there. She has potential. They just have to go in the right direction. But Terrifier 3, and I saw Terrifier 3 in theaters. That was really good. That was funny. So yeah, this franchise, honestly, if they keep going in a trajectory that is really well, and I've seen interviews with Damien Leone. He plans to because he's a fan of horror films. I think he can really put his stamp more than he already has on the horror franchise as a whole. Sinister. I never got the point of these films. I never did. I saw the first one long ago. Saw the second one. Bal Ghul, the demon in the film, does not scare me. He's kind of funny to me. So Ethan Hawke does a phenomenal performance as a crime. He's a best-selling. No, wait, what is he? He's an author that finds home movies of like. He's a crime author that finds home movies of brutal films. And he's trying to write a book, and the plot doesn't. I don't like the film. It's not scary to me. The Shining. I have not seen this at all. At least in a while. I don't remember. I know Hughes Johnny. I know that. But yeah, I have not seen The Shining in a while. I'm meaning to though. Maybe over Christmas break because it's like snowy in the film. Saw 1 through 7. Okay. Saw 1 is great. Saw 2, in my opinion, is a little better. Saw 3 It's fun. It's a little long. It's a little more detective-ish. Saw 4 is fun if you like detective dramas, because at that point, he's dead. By that point, like, he's dead. I've seen his brain. He's dead. Saw 5 is stupid. Saw 6 is stupid. But it's cheesy fun. It's not even cheesy. It's just, it's blood for the extent of blood. That's what the Saw franchise, by the time you get to the 4th one, that's what it is. Some people even argue after the first one, but I give the sequel a chance. Scarecrow's Revenge is stupid. It's a cheesy movie. I mean, look on the back. That's cheesy. I don't recognize anybody in the film. Like, in the film, I don't know anybody. Saint Agatha, I have not seen it. It's like a possession film. Right? Possession film. Yeah, it's a possession film. Scare Package, I tried watching. I cannot get into it. Like, at all. Like, at all. I know there's a sequel. I might watch the sequel, then watch the first one again. But I cannot get into it. Okay, these are classics to me. Well, I'll tell you which one's a classic. The first one's really great. Really fun, 90. Okay. Scream is not only a horror film, it's a stamp and a statement to the 90s as a horror whole. Because this came out in 96. From 90 to 95, they were spewing out sequels, they were spewing out cannon fodder, they were spewing out anything just to put a movie out. By the time Scream came out, they were starting to see that the horror franchises were starting to come back. Scream was a large reason for that, and rightly so, because Scream is one of the greats for doing that. I really truly think that Scream is a great film. The second one is a little too long, in my opinion. Like, it's really long, and it does not need to be that long, in my opinion. Scream 3 it's alright. I mean, not great at all, in my opinion. It's alright. I see what they did. Scream 4 is great. I love Scream 4. Anthony Anderson, Emma Roberts, David Arquette, Neve Campbell came back. A Culkin brother is one of the killers, and I think he's fun in the film. It's always good to see a Culkin brother that is not that messed up. Scream, the 2022. I thought this film was gonna be bad because they waited too long. Even after the 4th one, they waited too long, and it's new characters that you follow, but they did not. They actually they created a coherent, nice story to it. I like this one, and I like the 6th one that came out. So I think Scream is one of the greatest horror franchises that has stayed consistent throughout. We have Spree. The kid from Stranger Things is a killer. Yeah, it's not that great. David Arquette plays his dad though, so I like David Arquette as a horror actor. But we have Ariana Grande's brother. He's fun. And the film's just, it says American Horror, American Psycho for the digital age right here, from Collider. So the film's not that great. It's decent. I see what they did there. It's not my favorite. Scary Stories of Tone in the Dark. I have not seen this. It reminds me a little of Goosebumps, and I know it's its own separate book series. I know that. I'm aware. But I don't know. Maybe one day I'll watch it. The Strangers 1 and 2. The Strangers 1 scares me. I cannot watch this movie at night at all. It has to be when the sun is first up, because this movie scares me, especially towards the end. Strangers 2 is just a slasher at that point. There's no suspense, in my opinion. So yes. Next pile we have Satanic Panic. It's a fun little cult movie with Jerry O'Connell and the girl from Happy Death Day. It's fun. Is it stupid? Yeah. Is it gory? Yeah. Is it self-aware? Not really, but it's fun. It knows what it's doing. Roadkill, a movie from the Sci-Fi Channel. Haven't seen it. I know it's gonna be cheesy because that's a clear indication to me. But I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna be eating popcorn and laughing at the stupidity. All Stein's mostly ghostly. I remember seeing this when I was younger. Haven't seen it since. I like Bella Thorne. She's fun. But besides that, I don't remember anything about it. I remember this boy though, the main character. I remember him from Shake It Up on Disney Channel. Robert Reborn. It's a Chucky ripoff, but it's about Robert the Doll, which Chucky is based off Robert the Doll, kind of. But the movie Robert Reborn is so stupid. This one involves the Cold War in Russia. I don't know. I don't know. It's about a doll. I don't know. Revenge. I have not seen it. It's an Irish film, so I started watching it and I couldn't really follow it, so I gotta go back and rewatch it. Um, The Rental starring Alison Brie and Jeremy Allen White. Jeremy Allen White's a terrific actor. This film is a little weird, but I like it. I enjoy it. I saw it once and it's fun. It's it's a lean and brutal edition of Psycho, but for the Airbnb era, as uh, IndieWire states, and it's Dave Franco's debut, so that's fun. A Quiet Place. I like John Krasinski, but I do not like this film. I like his other film he directed, If. Great little family film. But this film, not one of my favorite. I do not like the A Quiet Place franchise. Prank is stupid because I've seen many of these films about kids that are bullied and they take revenge on their classmates. I've seen many of that, and it's a trope at this point. Yeah, so Prank is not good. Pentagram, which is again a film that is so stupid. But yeah, I mean, it's alright. Psycho 2, I have not seen Psycho 2. I've seen Psycho 1 and I like Psycho 1, but I have not seen Psycho 2. So I gotta see both of them back to back. The Possession Experiment. This looks stupid. I have not seen this one yet, but it does look immensely cheesy. Cheesy, good fun. None of the actors I recognize or know their names. The Phantom Creeps with Bela Lugosi. Dracula, the original Dracula. Yeah, Dracula. Uh, yeah, it should be fun. It's all 1930s films. Phobia is a new film I picked up. I'm interested to see it because it's from the executive producer of Ready or Not. So I like that film, so I should like this one. Paranormal Activity, the sixth film collection. The first one's great, cheesy but great. Second one, in my opinion, is a little better. Third one's fun. Fourth one's my favorite. The fifth one is hilarious. The sixth one is stupid. So you have all of them that are really good, and then you have the sixth one that is really dumb. Next of kin is the seventh one, and that's even stupider. So yeah, Oculus, which is a really great film. I mean, this is just wow. Mike Flanagan really proved himself in this film. I like this film a lot. It's clever. It's interesting. That twist ending gets me. Freddy Krueger, all eight. So the first one's great. Of course, it's a classic. The second one's underrated. The third one is my second favorite. Like all time horror film is the second one. The fourth one is fun. It's cheesy, MTV 80s. The fifth one, honestly, it's really dumb. Uh, the sixth one is stupid. The seventh one is really interesting, really cool idea that Wes Craven had. That really shows his meta creativeness, predating Scream. And Freddy vs. Jason is a lot of fun. It's very funny, very like early 2000s Scream inspired. These are old alien monster films. I have not seen them yet, so I do not know how to comment on them. A Night of Horror, Nightmare Radio. This is stupid. Like, completely stupid. It's not creative, in my opinion. It's just really dumb. This one I have not seen either, so I do not know how to comment on it. The Nun. It's stupid. The whole movie is dark the entire time. I watched The Nun 2. That's way better. They're still bad movies, but out of the two, I can see in Nun 2. The first Nun is so dark and all the like scary scenes, and I get it, it's a horror film, that's the job. But to me, it just feels like I'm staring into the dark. So I just don't like it. I can't see anything. I'm nothing to get scared at. Um, the Neon Demon. I haven't seen it yet. I picked it up because it looks interesting. It has an interesting plot, so that should be fun. Night of the Killer Bears. Um, this is a Taiwanese film, and it says on the bottom, Ted meets Terrifier. That looks really interesting. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, so moving on up, we have Midsummer, a weird Ari Aster follow-up from Hereditary. This one's really weird. I can't really get into it. It's set in Sweden and a lot of weird cult stuff, a lot of nude old people, and that's weird to me. So, after that, we have Megan is Missing, a great little documentary based on true events about a girl. And it was trending on TikTok a couple of years ago about the Bell scene. And I saw the whole movie. That part scares me. And the rest of the film is really interesting, but it does have its moments. We have Misery, a movie I have heard a lot of great things about, have not seen. Mind Prey, I have never seen, so I can't comment on those. The Loved Ones, an Australian horror film. This movie brutal. It's fun, but it is just brutal. I mean, it lot of blood, lot of gore. Leatherface. This is interesting. At one point, I saw the movie 10 times, and I never got tired of it. It's an interesting plot, but it is very, very stupid. Like it's stupid, and if you can get your head around the fact that it's really stupid, then you have fun with it. The Leprechaun, just like these films. First one is the only decent one. The rest all suck. I have fun with all of them except the seventh one. Last House on the Left. Um, the Last House on the Left remake. There's a part where I have to fast forward it because it gets too uncomfortable. But after the whole assaults take place, when the parents get their revenge, that's the most satisfying part of the film. Lights Out is a really good James Wan produced film that he's done. I mean, it's interesting, it's clever, it's based off of a YouTube short, and I just love it. It's effective PG 13 horror. The Legend of Halloween Jack. This is stupid, cheesy, fun. Set in England. It's stupid. The Jackal I tried watching and I cannot get into Adrian Brody or Keira Knightley at all. Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. Honestly, for a long time, I liked Jason Goes to Hell. Then I realized how stupid it is, and Jason X is just fun. Like, Jack and Jill, The Hills of Hell. God, this movie is so stupid. It is so stupid. I get it, they want to do movies about fairy tales, but no. Jigsaw was not my favorite, honestly. Like, after the 7th Saw film, and besides the 10th one that I saw in theaters, the 10th one was actually really good. But this Jigsaw film sucks. Like, at all. The I Know What You Did Last Summer trilogy. The first two are the only really good ones. The third one is a sci-fi movie, but I saw it on the Triller Network. Incarnate. This is stupid. I'll be right back, guys. Hold on. Okay, guys. So continue. If She Screams is a weird movie. It's about an alien with tentacles. Then I woke up and somehow they were being attacked with a dude with an axe. So, and they're supposed to go to a weed farm. I don't know. I didn't miss that much. I have no idea. It Follows is a great film. Very scary in that, you know, it's not really a killer chasing you, it's an entity. The Insidious franchise. The first one's amazing. The second one is even better. The third one, it's a little like boring in some parts, but it's still good. The Last Key, it's interesting, and The Red Door, it's fun. And at that point, it's just fun. Okay, we have the 2018 Halloween. I don't like the new trilogy, guys. I do not. The Rob Zombie 2007 unrated Rob Zombie Halloween. I love it. I don't love it. I think it's fun. I like the backstory in the beginning though. I know a lot of people don't, but I think it sheds some light. The Halloween Rob Zombies unrated cut. I have the first one twice just so I can get the second movie. The second one is not that great. That weird white horse. Like, God. And I don't know why I have so many copies of this film. I don't even like it that much, but again, Rob Zombie. 6 through 8. So we have Curse, Michael Myers, H2O, and Resurrection. H2O is the only good one. Halloween 4 and 5. Halloween 4 is really good. Halloween 5 is not that great. Season of the Witch, if you take out the name Halloween, it could be a really good movie, but it has that stigma. A lot of people seem to be coming around to it. I'm not really one of them. Halloween 2, you know what? Yeah, Halloween 2 is a really good one. Great sequel. John Carpenter, Deborah Hill, Jamie Lee Curtis, Donald Pleasance. They still were able to crank out a good one. Halloween, I'm not gonna lie, I do not like this one. I like it. I understand it's a classic. I grew up watching it a lot, but I find it a little too boring. So I can't really sit, and I've seen it way too many times. A lot. Hannibal Lecter. The Silence of the Lambs, I haven't seen. I know a lot about Hannibal Lecter. I've read some of the books, but I have not seen the actual films with Anthony Hopkins. All Hallows Eve and Mischief Night. Mischief Night was not that great, but All Hallows Eve was really good, especially for Art the Clown's like really feature debut. Except he did the Ninth Circle, so I enjoyed All Hallows Eve. Horror High. This is really bad. This is really really bad. I mean, this is like TV 14, network television, Canada, I think. Um, I have a horror TV show on here, guys. Sorry. This is a show from my childhood: The Haunting Hour, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, and Volume 5. This was a show that used to run on the Hub Network, a network that has been taken off cable. But this was a show I used to watch every Saturday around 3:30 to 4. They would have new episodes, and I would watch it, and I would try not to get scared because I was a little boy, and some of it was scary. Is it cheesy now? Yeah, but I still watch it sometimes for just the nostalgic factors. Um, Hold Your Breath is really dumb. Like, it's about a monster, and it literally goes a new horror classic in the vein of urban legend and Final Destination. I've seen both of them, and I love Final Destination, and I think urban legend is really really fun. This is neither of those. This is also really weird too because I checked the date. It says 2012 is when the movie came out. I checked on Vudu, and it says 2005, and it seems more like 2005. So that explains the cheese element. Happy Death Day is really good. I mean, this is a really fun movie. Christopher Landon has this knack for creating time travel or time element films with horror slashes. He's done it with the Happy Death Day franchise. He's done it with Freaky, and I think he's done it with Totally Killer. I think he produced it or wrote that film, but I hope he keeps doing that concept. Hellfest is a fun slasher and a carnival. I've seen many of these, but this one has a unique flavor, considering that it was from the executive of The Walking Dead. And I was once a fan of The Walking Dead for the first 3 seasons, and after the prison, it just got really repetitive. Hatchet 1 and 2, these are great throwbacks to the 80s slashes. I mean, you have Robert Englund, Kane Hodder, Daniel Harris, Tony Todd, rest in peace, who had passed away. The second one has many other people to it, but yeah, these are great. I watch them sometimes when I'm in that 80s mood and I don't want to sit through all the cheesiness. This was really fun. This was a Joe Dante film. I don't like Gremlins that much. I know it's a classic. And I like Small Soldiers, but this was fun. And you have Christopher Lloyd. Is that Bruce Dern's in this as well? But I believe you have the guy that plays uh, Doc Brown and Back to the Future in this one. So this is fun. Um, The Hills Have Eyes. The remake is really boring and less cheesy. Wes Craven is a legend in my eyes, but this is really boring. But the remake is really bloody, really interesting. It takes the risk that the original wanted to do, but while the original was much more exploitative about it, the remake kind of it alludes a lot more than it shows, which I find a lot more effective than the original, which is basically like I'm gonna do this and then you just get scared. The remake hints at it a lot more, and it hints at it in a lot of deeper, darker, twisted ways. House at the End of the Street. This was a cheesy movie, but I think Jennifer Lawrence, if she would have stuck in acting, she could have really made a name for herself. But she left and she got the Hunger Games. Yeah, but this was a really good film. Hereditary, which there's a scene in this film. I won't tell you guys what scene, but there's a scene that shocked me. I've been a fan of horror a long time. I've seen the scene in Pet Cemetery with the little boy, but that didn't shock me. The scene shocked me in this one, but I found Hereditary very artful, very artsy. We have the Hostel franchise, Hostel 3, Hostel 1, Hostel 2, and Hostel 3. So these three Blu-rays are from Ireland. Okay. Love the first Hostel. I think it's very fun, very brutality filled. Hostel 2 is a great follow-up sequel. Hostel 3 sucks. The first one's really good, really great. Quentin Tarantino presents it. Eli Roth wrote and directed. Really good, interesting story with guys who go backpacking through Europe being disgusting American pigs. And the second one with the girls kind of doing the same thing. And there's a scene with German Shepherds that is really fun. Hostel Part 3 just sucks. Like Hostel 3, I don't see that ever happening in America. And if it does, it wouldn't be so like out there in a film like it is in that film. The Haunting of Winchester House was really dumb. Like it was so cheesy. I ain't watching in 3D because 3D hurts my eyes a lot. Holidays, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I like the Christmas segment with Seth Green, but some of them were really stupid. The Valentine's Day one was really weird. I think that's one that Kevin Smith did. But a lot of producers, directors, they did this. I didn't care for it. Like, not all the segments were really great. Green Room with Patrick Stewart and Anton Yelchin, rest in peace. Uh, this was fun. These punk rockers get thrust into a life or death battle by a neo-Nazi club, and they have to fight to survive. And Patrick Stewart is the head of a Nazi club. It was great, very brutal. The death is just we have Get Out as the next one. I love Get Out. Jordan Peele's directorial debut. He is one of the greatest horror directors. I hope he keeps coming back to the horror genre. Greystone Park is a stupid found footage film. I do not like it. Fear Farm. I saw this one very recently, and it says on the back, a Texas Chainsaw vibe with a bit of Rob Zombie-ish feel to it. I don't believe that at all. It came out in 2020. Yeah, 2020. And it has a sequel. I'm not gonna watch the sequel because this is really bad. I get it, it was a pandemic, but just don't make it or rewrite it. Do something. You know? My bad. Hold on. The Girl in the Crawl Space. It was an interesting little film. Not that scary. Found, which is really interesting, about a little brother that finds out his older brother is a serial killer and finds heads that he has in bowling bags. Three from Hell on Blu-ray. Like I said, boring. Not that interesting. It takes way too long to get the meat of it. Friday the 13th, the remake, is interesting. It's definitely a little bit better, in my opinion, than some of the other remakes that were coming out at the time. The Friday the 13th, all 8 films. Some are good, some are really bad. I'm gonna try to hurry up, guys, because this is almost an hour video, and I don't want to make you guys watch it for an hour. Frankenstein 1, all of them, they're all classics. They're all Universal Monsters classics. I enjoy a lot of them. They're really old, but I enjoy them. The Final Destination films. First one's great. Second one's, in my opinion, a superior film. Third one's cheesy. The fourth one's really dumb. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Anyways, back to the video. I had to put some stuff back. The Exorcist. Great film, classic. It's boring in a lot of parts. However, when she's possessed, it's really fun. The Evil Dead franchise, 1, 2, and the remake. The original one is very cheesy. The second one's absolutely fun. The remake is really gory. And Evil Dead Rises, that's fun. That's just 90 minutes or 100 minutes of just pure chaos happening on screen. Ever Falls, I haven't seen at all, so I cannot comment on it. The Exorcism of Emily Rose is still one of the freakiest movies, and I cannot watch it at night because it will scare me. The Exorcist: The Beginning, I haven't seen it in years. I remember saying I was younger, just not in years. Let me just pick something up with real quick. And then yes, next we have the Easter Bunny Massacre. This is really dumb, cheesy. Yeah, it is really dumb. Doctor Sleep. I haven't seen it because I haven't seen The Shining, but I hear it's really decent for a sequel. The Devil Inside is really scary. Dominion, the prequel to The Exorcist, I haven't seen, so I probably should watch that at some point. Don't Let Them In, I haven't seen, but it looks fun. Dawn of the Dead and Land of the Dead. I want to start getting like some of the older George A. Romero films. So these are the remakes. Well, no, I mean, Dawn of the Dead is a remake, but Land of the Dead he did himself. So that should be fun. Dead Silence. It's a fun movie. I think James Wan did really well when he wrote this. Creepy little marionette puppet. Don't Look in the Basement and House on Haunted Hill. House on Haunted Hill is really like old and really fun. Don't Look in the Basement I have not seen. Doc in the Night. This is really weird. At a certain point, Timothy Oliphant dies, and I kind of lost interest after he's dead. The Dreamer I haven't seen at all. The Exorcist, Friday 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I only got it for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the It miniseries. The rest I really own and don't care about. Dollface looks really cheesy. Like, I popped it in one night and couldn't watch any of it. The Dark Ward, Wayne Newton, Bill Paxton, and Judd Nelson. It's a weird cast. Okay. The Changeling I have not seen, so I hear it's really good, but I haven't seen it, so I don't know. Cabin Fever is a really good Eli Roth film. Really out of date with some of the slurs they throw, but it's fun, infectious virus. The Child's Play films. I love the Child's Play. I love Chucky. He's my favorite killer doll. The second one is a great sequel. One of like it's up there with like the best horror sequels. Third one's fun. Fourth one's funny. Fifth one's it's alright. 6 and 7 are really good. And the first one is a little boring at some parts, but I get it. Don Mancini how to get an outline of it. The Conjuring films. Look, after like okay. The first two are really good. And then Annabelle I've learned to accept it. Annabelle Comes Home is really fun. And like popcorn, teenagers go to the movie type of fun. Annabelle Creation is spooky. That's it. The Nun still sucks. And The Conjuring 3, it's a nice little courtroom kind of film. A Clockwork Orange is really screwed up. Like this movie is, ooh, there are some parts that just, wow. Countdown, the Sky's on Fire. I haven't seen this at all. I don't know what this is. Cloverfield, I've heard it's really good. I have not seen it though. Case 39 is really good. Renee Zellweger, Ian McShane, Bradley Cooper, right off his Hangover stint. The Cabin in the Woods is really fun. Joss Whedon? Yeah. The fact that he wrote this, I believe Thor. Chris Hemsworth, yeah, Thor is in this before he would be signed to the MCU. Cool Peter, I haven't seen. I just got this recently. I hope it's bad so I can make a review of it. These are old films. I tried to watch them and I was gonna review them for you guys, but they're just way too old. Bosch. Yeah, I couldn't get into it at all. The Bye Bye Man sucked. I can't even make a review of it because I can't watch it again. I cannot. It just makes me like just Bad Milo's hilariously funny. Banana Splits movie is this Five Nights at Freddy's the movie, but done way better in my opinion because it goes for the blood and gore. Bloody Homecoming is really dumb, and I think this came out 2013, so it was right around that time where it was not cool to be edgy anymore. Bloody Mary Returns is, God, really cheesy. American Psycho, this is really fun. I can only watch it once. It's a little too much for me. Anna is really cheesy. I couldn't even sit through it. Animals Among Us is really interesting. It's really clever. Yeah, it's bad and it's cheesy, but there's certain points of it where it's really the ending. I don't remember the ending, but I do remember it being decent. Okay, well, home stretch, guys. The Amityville Horror, the Ryan Reynolds remake. This is my favorite Amityville movie. All the Creatures Were Stirring. I haven't seen it. I can't really comment on it. The ABCs of Death. Um, it's not good because I don't know how to read subtitles that fast. So most of the shorts are foreign. 90% of them are. So that's fun. And then we're stuck in the beginning with the Annabelle films. So that's my horror collection. Probably the longest video I will ever make on this channel. Thank you guys if you sat through it, if you just played it in the background, or if you walked away. That's cool with me too. But yeah, this has been Nassim, aka DVD Collector, and signing out. And see you in the next video. Peace.